everybody. I'm going to be presenting on the resource management and my findings. Um, the basic thing we want to look at is how resource management is influencing firms and places along with almost everywhere that affects the world. Having the ability to maintain such activities going on over long term, not only temporarily, is what defines resource management. Um, Things that we can influence is pollution, water, waste, energy, and sustainability is a part of it as well at the end. There are different approaches that are used where we can have innovations, examples, tactics that can bring out the best of managing our resources. There are things we can do in our homes, outside, in public, at work, basically everywhere to make this positive impact, like I mentioned, that impacts the world. So the main thing that we're going to look at is pollution. We know how this is being impacted by things that are polluting our water or being released into our air eventually in evaporation. A negative action would be how a company pollutes a huge amount of water with dumping oil in our ocean and having to pay millions on penalties and promises to have better pollution control technology. So that is not a good thing that we want to see backfire from irresponsible actions. Positive things like making educated conclusions on where we should be disposing our waste and hazardous chemicals are things that we can take better control of for positive outcomes. Let's see. Examples of ways that we can help breathe cleaner air are using face masks, extractor fans that are in buildings, for enclosed areas, personal air purifiers, clean in-car air filters, bus shelter pollution zappers, clean buildings, more trees, green walls, domestic air quality monitors, and responsible burning. Something that I found interesting was how using performance air filters in our cars are helping us breathe cleaner airs because of these um, cheap paper ones that were replaceable at our basic oil changes. Car oil changes are easy to change and cheap, but these more a little bit more expensive oil filters, I mean filters for the air in our cars that have oil coverage on there to protect from dust or things from making it not obstruct the airflow. Um, Now, the another thing is how our water, we have a water scarcity, wasting of this resource, pollutions in many places, and evaporation from it causes air pollutions as well. We can process rainwater, control our usage to use its full potential with being more considerate. I noticed that for myself, taking the pressure off the water sources is something that I've been working on. Like in the showers, instead of putting it on full blast, using like the rainwater, we can use this to garden, um, rinse things outside or other things we could do. Um, just like this picture right here, we're draining how our water sources, being able to clean it isn't gonna is good to rely on because it is hard to clean from all these toxins and pollutions. But if we can be more considerate and saving it like this piggy bank, we'll be having sustainable actions be able to give us a better future. Another resource is that we can work on is our waste production. There's a big amount of human production and waste, and creating non-biodegradable waste is even worse. So we can create separate where our waste is going to make sure it goes where it should be, along with sending it to the proper place for recycling. Here is a big pile of trash that we don't want it to cover our sunlight, and it may be doing so in certain areas. Um, our trash could be separated with regular trash, organics, recyclables, and we know that there is many ways that we can recycle things like our glass, plastics, phones, electronics. Um, there's places where they can control this type of waste because they will not pick up your waste. But then there's places where the ultimate decision comes to the producer that is not always done correctly because of the education that they have. The one that we are very used to hearing about is energy. A lot of people not caring if they are leaving on lights or devices on all day, especially when they're not using it efficiently. There effectively. There are many other ways to create renewable energy with other natural resources. We are seeing the Energy Star label a lot, where it has also been able to provide us with a visual aid to products that are energy efficient. We don't want a hot bulb that can blow out, but we want to look at these energy labels on a lot of appliances. There's windows, um, a lot of technology that has it now to be able to guide us if we don't know any what the energy efficiency of them. Now, sustainability is something that comes from looking at all these uh, sources that are affected by us, and many executives acknowledge that it is important, but most are not active in it. This is a great loss because the possible users are at great loss for not having sustainable actions. Firms are recording the data from their resource consumption and reductions to push themselves to better percentages in the future. Cutting emissions and electricity up to 80% is a great achievement from some companies. So there's a lot of people that know that these are good things, but they don't see the data at the end of the day of what changes it does or how much money it can save you or profits that can affect positively to the workers, the people that are in that company that are affected in any shape or form, and the people outside of the building. Um, so my conclusion here is businesses that have been successful in resource management have found ways to improve efficiency, productivity, increasing revenue, conflict resolution, improved project delivery, identification of skill shortages, training requirements, gain real-time visibility into resource capability, and reduce administration costs. So being able to try putting some type of effort has shown great results. Um, we want to see that the results at the end of the day to give it even more meaning and be able to present it to others. Like I said, the people who are being affected by this aren't always the ones being paid at the end of the day, but they're people who are breathing this air, drinking the water, or having any type of connection to outside of that actual building. We all breathe this air, produce waste, see their conclusions, and they're not always nice ones. So we want to try putting this effort, even if it's little as a beginning, to make it a positive one at the end of the day. and that'll be all.